Welcome back, Cultlords fans. We are here to do a special show for you, right, Dane?
What?
Yes, we are so excited about this. This is a special show because we get lots of comments from our viewers out there whenever they hear our theme song that starts off every one of our videos.
Yeah.
And what they don't know is the song is actually about a 2 minute song, but we've cut it down to about what
14 seconds.
14 seconds.
14.2.
Yeah. Now in the earlier days when we first started in year one, we actually played a longer version of the song to start off, and then we played a longer version at the end. But only maybe once or twice have we actually played the entire song in its entirety.
Right.
But people ask us all kinds of questions.
Like, did you guys make that? Or
Did you guys write that? Did you guys do it? Or did you guys name yourself after a song?
or did you find that song somewhere? Or
Well, the answer is no, because you see, I have a friend who is in a rock and roll band that I approached, and his name is Ken Zawacki of the Virgineers,
yes.
straight out of Antarctica. They've
Great.
put out a lot of cool music over the years, but I've known him for a while, and I approached him and I said, Ken, we're putting together a YouTube channel. Would you mind doing our theme song? So here today, one of our first interviews is Ken Zawacki.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Ken.
Hello,
Is that who this
Cultlords.
Is that who this strange guy is that suddenly
Yes.
this interloper?
Yeah, Ken, why
Yeah.
don't you
Who-
introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you and the Virgineers?
Okay, well, Virgineers. It's a psychedelic pop rock group that I started many years ago with one of my close friends, Bruce Lash, who is the other Virgineer. And he's also my musical secret weapon because he plays every instrument known to man. And together we were able to put together some really interesting psych rock, garage rock. And we put out an album way back in 2000 maybe, and it actually went over pretty well. Very much influenced by early Pink Floyd, Sgt. Pepper era Beatles, and stuff like that, right?
Well,
So
definitely there's a few songs on there that are, to me, are very Beatlesque.
mhm.
Like, you listen to one of your songs like Floating, and then the Smile Cheshire Cat one, which is not on your
Right.
first album. I think that came on your second album. But my favorite song
You got a groupie over here.
my
Did you
favorite
know?
song
Yeah.
is Places That I've Never Been. Right.
Okay.
That is my favorite song of yours. And so if you want to learn more about the Virgineers, where are you guys located and where can they
Well,
listen to your
you
stuff?
can go to Bandcamp. All the songs are on Bandcamp, and you can listen to them for free, or you can actually download them for $1 a piece, and put them on your phone or whatever. But you can listen to them for free, and we're at The Virgineers, and it's Virgineers, like engineers, Virgineers. Right. So it's thevirgineers.bandcamp.com.
Yeah, we'll put up the site so people can see it.
So yeah, definitely psychedelic rock, kind of garage, little punkish.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. I got my start. I started playing guitar back in the mid 60s when I was like, a 9 or 10-year-old, right? Yeah, but way back in the good old days. And I was really influenced by older kids. Back then, every kid in the Detroit area where I grew up had a garage band. Every neighborhood. Yep. And so we were exposed as little kids to Cream and Iggy Pop.
When did Kiss start?
MC5, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And not to mention the normal stuff that was on it, AM radio at the time, like all the Motown stuff and bubblegum pop and all that stuff. But it all influenced me. And as I got older and started writing my own songs, I really relied a lot on that early punk rock and psych rock stuff that I grew up with.
Well, Ken, we've known each other for over 20 years now.
Oh
We
yeah.
used to work together, and in your house, um, you've always had a studio. So I've come over a few times to watch you like put together music and play instruments and get to experience your studio. At what was it called? The Plum Pit.
The Plum Pit. The Plum
Yep,
Pit
I
was my
remember.
first basement studio, and
Yep.
it was okay. It wasn't very big, but I was able to do quite a bit there. The place I'm in now is, I don't have a name for it, but it's my latest studio, and it's in a different house. And I
Yep.
spent pretty much all of the pandemic building this thing. I mean, that's what I
Isn't
did.
that the
Is
picture
just
of it behind you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm here
Yeah.
virtually.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, and that's in the Antarctic somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
deep in
Yeah.
Antarctica.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's blue
that's
and
where the
frosty in
Virgineers
there.
came from.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
very frosty.
so we know your influences and a little bit about you, and then we've talked about our relationship and how we've known each other. So when Dane and I were putting this YouTube channel together, and we were just in kicking around ideas mode,
Right.
I said immediately, "Hey, I got a guy that can do our theme song.
You got a guy?
I got a guy.
I got a guy.
He can do our theme song." So when I came to you, Ken, I said both Dane and I love rock and garage rock. And Dane here, he's more on that Led Zeppelin, old Rolling Stones. David Bowie,
Right.
The Who,
Like
right?
68 to 75.
He just loves that
yeah,
type
classic,
of classic rock.
British rock. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. I'm a little bit broader because I like other things than that, and crazy things from reggae to, rap and country. But I do like that punk music.
From Cleveland, Ohio, the incredible, phenomenal,
I do like that garage rock sound. So when I approached you, Ken, I said, "Hey, we want a theme song, and we kind of want it to sound very gritty, very garage rock kind of thing." And I didn't give you too many, you know, you know, guidelines, but I gave you 3 samples of songs that I liked that said, "Hey, man, if you can get us somewhere around like this, it'd be awesome." But I left all the artistry to you to come up with that song. Right. So what did you think?
So we were expecting disaster.
No. No, I wasn't. He was, because he didn't know you and your music. So
I'm joking.
Yeah.
Well, my point was, we got a hell of a lot better than that.
Yeah, we got a great song.
Yes,
Everybody
exactly.
who hears this song is so impressed.
Right.
But
what
did you think of the 3 influences I gave you compared to kind of your history of playing rock?
Yeah, well, I really could identify with all of them. Like, the first one you gave me was a song by Iggy and the Stooges, which was Down on the Street. Yeah. And, real strong riff and rhythm and
got a sample
of it, harkens. Yeah, I'm going to play you a little sample. It harkens back to these garage bands in Detroit that sprung up on every street. So
what year is this song, by the way? Because I
don't.
This
72?
one probably came up, or I'd say early 70s.
Okay.
So,
yeah. I think it's 72.
Well, you know what? Let me share my screen here so that you guys can hear this.
Let's hear a little bit of this,
guys. The thing that really connected with me was the fact that, JR, you were interested in Iggy Pop, and obviously we, being from Detroit, we all knew Iggy and knew about Iggy and the godfather of punk meant a lot to us. So you sent me one of his songs, Down on the Street, and that was really pretty good inspiration as far as the riff goes that I kind of came up with. So let's hear a few seconds of Down on the Street by Iggy and the Stooges.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there he goes.
You can hear it already.
Yeah. You can.
Where it ended up in the song.
Yeah. The other thing you did was you sent me a song by Robert Rodriguez, and it was the Grindhouse theme.
Yes.
And
Planet Terror.
Great movie, right? And so this was another kind of really heavy riff punk type song that I got some inspiration from. So let's hear a little bit of this.
Lots going on.
All right.
Yeah. So Robert Rodriguez.
Heavy sounding drums. It's almost like they're just pounding on almost like timpanis, it's awesome.
Yeah. And for those who've not heard this song, this is Robert Rodriguez. He's the director of the movie, but he's also got a musical ear. So he actually wrote this song and plays. He said all of the guitars and the drums he does, but he did bring somebody in for the horn. He doesn't do the horn. So
cool. But yeah, he actually performed that, right?
Yep.
So those songs kind of inspired me to come up with a riff, and I played around with different things, and I came up with this. So this is just kind of the most kind of basic thing as far as this Cultlords theme goes.
The little nut. The nut that turns into an oak?
It's the nut that grew into the large tree, So
right.
Here it is. It doesn't sound like much, but it was the building block that everything else, was kind of built from. So. So it doesn't sound like much, right? But those songs that you sent me really influenced, that particular riff. And
can I just break in for 1 second? I want to tell our viewers out there that you are hearing the building blocks of the song, but at the end of this video, we're going to play the entire song for you in its full long form. So you can listen to the entire song and hear all these elements Ken's talking about, how they go into the song. So stay tuned, Cultlords fans. You're going to hear the full song after this.
Okay.
And make sure you subscribe.
Yeah. All right, Ken.
Go.
All right. So one of the other things that influenced me was I had to come up with the line, something related to the Cultlords, right? So I came up with
Who are these cool dudes?
Who are these guys? So I thought about it and thought, well, if you're in a cult, you're going to be standing around chanting, right? You're going to chant. Your allegiance to the cult leaders and the cult lords that you're bowing down to. So I came up with the idea of, we are the Cultlords and we're all part of the cult, right? So I wanted to let me just play a little bit of it. So I added those vocals, and the thing I did to them to just add an effect that I thought was interesting was I added a Leslie rotating speaker effect to the vocals. And it's the I don't know if people know about the Leslie speaker, but it's this giant box that Hammond organ players would use to give the sound of kind of almost like a swirling kind of effect. And so I'm going to play the actual riff.
Picture
with
up of the
vocals.
Hammond here too, by the way, just so people get an understanding. But
okay,
go ahead.
Good. All right, so We Are the Cultlords, Now Is Our Time. And you heard the effect on the vocals. And
Yeah.
Right.
Where I got the idea for that was from an old Donovan song from like 1968
Season
or
of the
69.
Witch guy?
The same guy, yeah,
Mr.
same
Banana
dude.
Man or something like
But
that.
yeah, he has a lot of really, I think, interesting songs. And he's recorded with a lot of interesting people like Jeff Beck and Alice Cooper and all kinds of people. But
Right.
here's his song where he uses the Leslie effect, and the song is called Super Lungs, My Super Girl. It's a song he wrote about a groupie, and I'll just say that much about it. But you can hear the Leslie on his vocal. All right, so you
Nice.
get the idea there.
So was that just his voice that was in the Leslie speaker?
Just his voice, his
Okay.
voice.
And,
But that
and
same effect. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm sorry. Does that speaker rotate? And it sounds like does it rotate really fast, or is it just slowly turning?
There are different settings. So the fast setting gives it that real swirly type sound,
Okay,
right?
okay.
And then
That's
what people would do is mic it in the studio, and it was used on a lot of different songs. I mean, you heard it on Good Times, Bad Times, the guitar effect on the Led Zeppelin song.
Yeah.
The lead guitar is through that, right? And there are a lot of people who use that over the years, but it's really a cool effect, and I've always wanted to use it, and and this was a good opportunity to try that out.
Yeah, I was going to say thank you for trying it out on us.
So the other thing,
because it came out great.
Yeah, I like it. The other thing that that you did, JR, was you sent me a song from the band Cake, right?
Yeah.
And I think after I kind of came up with this, We Are the Cultlords, you sent me this other song, and it was a song called Comfort Eagle.
Yeah.
And I took that, and then I liked the lead vocal in that because it was, to me, it almost sounded like somebody like shouting through a megaphone in a way. Not
Right.
exactly, but something similar to that.
Well, he's shouting out to the cult.
Shouting out to the cult. So let me play a little bit of that because that has a good riff and a good beat too. Here's Cake's Comfort Eagle.
Great song.
It's an awesome song. I love it. So anyway, I took that and used that as to as far as the lead vocal goes in this song. So if we listen to We Are the Cultlords, the song that I wrote for you guys, you can hear both the kind of the call and response of the lead vocal almost being shouted, imagine through the megaphone or whatever. And then you hear the cult, the members of the cult chanting through the Leslie speaker in a way. So,
Nice.
here it is. Here's a few
Just
seconds
play
of
the
it.
song fully every single time to pull in more subscribers.
Yeah. Here we go.
This is taking a whole new life.
Our time.
Because now when he's like, this is the cult.
Right.
And then the leader.
Cultlords. Release your mind. Release your mind. Here we go.
So Ken, stop it right here. So we'll get to this guitar part because this is a great part. But I'm sitting here and I've listened to this song thousands of times now over the last 2 years. Okay. I have it in my car. I have it on my iPod. We've cut this song a million times doing videos.
Right.
But now that you say that it's a call and a response between the cult and the cult lord, I listened to that for the first time in a brand new light. And it was really kind of cool. I mean, had you ever listened to it that way?
No, I never thought of it as that. I mean, I knew it was a calling out, like because of the megaphone type of thing, but I didn't think of it as a response, call and response type thing. So yeah, that's cool.
That is cool. That is super
You're
cool.
introducing us even to some little nuances that we didn't pick up in the first place.
Yeah.
Yay. So, mission accomplished.
So this is your guitar solo in it, right?
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can see my screen here, but what I'm showing you when I'm playing these clips, especially of this, these are the actual sound clips that I recorded. So I did the whole thing myself, and I built it starting with the acoustic guitar track, and that's this track right here. And then I added drums to it. I kind of figured out what the tempo should be, and then I added a drum track. So
it's the yellow?
Yeah, the drums are actually farther down here in the list, but down here in the purple, right? Yep. So I played the drums and then came up with what I thought was a good drum beat for it, and then kind of, massaged it as I needed to make it fit. But there are a lot of different parts to this, as you can see. So here are the Leslie vocals. And for those of you not familiar with kind of modern recording techniques, this is the way like every song you hear on the radio these days is recorded. It's all done through the computer. And in a lot of cases, people are recording different tracks, one at a time, or they might get together with people and record a few at a time. But all the instruments are really recorded onto their own track. And then you can cut and paste and change things around. And you have the ability to really edit these things any way you want, add any effects you want, and it just twist it and turn it until it, until it's the way you imagined it.
This software's called Pro Tools, right?
Yeah, I happen to use Pro Tools. There are all kinds of different ones. Pro Tools is a very popular one. But the kind of the neat thing about it is that as you play this, you can hear what I did on different tracks. Like, for instance, here's the bass track by itself, isolated.
Oh.
And here's the drums with it.
It's even cool on its own.
I know.
So I can turn it into a dance track. Cultlords dance track. So here are some of the guitars.
That sounds so much rawer here, right?
Yeah.
Here's another one.
It's so well layered, you don't pick up on all these nuances.
Yeah, there's some different things.
Then that final little.
So you heard that final guitar chord? That's like the James Bond chord, I had to have that in there. I had to have it in there.
Yeah. That was cool.
So you get an idea of so you basically you're laying down a track, you're listening to the first thing you did, and then you're doing another part, maybe it's drums or a bass or whatever. And you just keep building and layering tracks, and then once you kind of get it all down, you mix it, and I came up with this. So that's it.
Awesome. I mean, we're going to play the full version of it here in just a second for everybody to hear, just to hear the completed version of it, which is so awesome. But, couple things, Ken. I mean, what's the Virgineers working on right now?
Well, the Virgineers is kind of on hiatus. You know, we actually have the one album out. Bruce Lash and I still work on stuff all the time. In fact, I think I might have sent you, JR, one of the things we most recently worked on, a song called Down in Palmetto. Yeah.
Down in Palmetto is a very cool song.
Mm.
Yeah.
You
yeah. We still have a whole another album that we completed, and we're kind of in the stages of remixing it. And now that I have my new studio built behind me here, we're going to kind of remaster it and remix it, because we have some tools available to us now that we didn't have before when we originally recorded it. So,
you know what you need to do now, Ken? You need to press that album into a record form so we can get one and hang it right back up here.
Yes.
With all the other albums we hang up.
Yes.
So a Virgineers album would be awesome.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good, man.
Yeah.
Let's see what else.
Anything else you want to chat with?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys want to listen to another Virgineers song. Here's a song. It's a new song that's on this new album. It's called The Fish in the Sea. I won't play the whole thing, but I'll play a little bit of it. It's not online yet.
Give us a little taste. Give a little taste.
This is kind of Cream influenced in a way. So listen for those kind of markers, right? So here it is.
Ocean breeze swept along the coral reef, stolen hearts adrift away into the spray to the place she sleeps, waiting for the siren song.
Sounds like George Harrison is singing.
To chase the dawn, shiny spiny creatures dances in a trance till the morning's gone. Why can't we be free as fish
All right, so you got a taste of that.
It's like a psychedelic George Harrison song.
Yeah,
he said,
somewhere
I don't know
in there.
if you heard him. He said it sounded like George Harrison was singing,
and then it was like George and like Cream put together. You know, I mean, it was,
cool.
Yeah.
It's the badge the badge sessions, right? So,
Cultlords fans, there you have it. That is a sample of what the Virgineers sounds like, and go listen to the first album. Now you have a bunch of other singles outside that first album too.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. We actually even have a couple Christmas songs we did. So
Christmas
songs. They're all out there. We are Santa's helpers, hiding under the stairs.
Making the scary side of Christmas.
The scary, it's always scary. Those are the things that appeal to me. The scary stuff.
Do you have the Down in Palmetto song available, right?
Yeah, I've got that one. That one.
We'll play one sample of this for everybody, and then we'll go on and we'll let everybody go to hear the Cultlords theme song.
Okay, great.
Between here and Palmetto, that's where they draw.
Like the intro to True Detective.
That's where they found the stiletto.
Well, that's the sense I get.
At the scene of the crime. Down in Palmetto. Down in Palmetto. I see your face at the window. I stopped counting the times. I
I can see.
Hold on, where's my bong at? Hold on here.
I could see Jack White singing that. Maybe, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so, I was actually trying to go for more of a Pixies type of sound.
Pixies,
you know?
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm a big fan of Frank Black or Black Francis, whatever he goes by these days. So
yeah.
Well,
anyways. I mean that's awesome. And like I said, Cultlords fans, my favorite song is Places That I've Never Been. So go listen to that song and the rest of his stuff. What would you say your biggest hit was? Floating?
Floating, yeah, that's a kind of a dreamy Pink Floyd-ish kind of, but a Syd Barrett Pink Floyd kind of song.
Right.
I've got a few other Pink Floyd influenced things that sound more like, you know, modern Pink Floyd or the more recent Pink Floyd, if there is such a thing. But Floating I was trying to do a Syd Barrett kind of thing, and
well, very cool. Well, Ken, we want to thank you for coming on and sharing with us the inspirations to the Cultlords theme song.
Clink to you, Ken.
He's toasting Cheers. You there. Okay. And, you know, it's always fun hanging out with you, listening to a lot of your music. And it's kind of cool to hear a full song that is about us, right? You know what I mean? Our YouTube channel. And so many people, they know that opening, and actually the opening of our song is not the opening of our song.
No, you guys kind of butchered it. You pieced it together and made it your own. So
yeah. And we've done several iterations of like sampling your song and moving things around to suit our needs in other videos too. But rarely do we play the whole thing. But guess what, Cultlords fans? Thank you for watching us. Make sure if you don't subscribe to us yet, to go down, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We always need to get to double-digit likes. Hit the comments. Tell us what you think about the Cultlords theme song. Do you want to know anything? Do you want to ask Ken any questions about either this song or any of his other songs? Or are you willing to pay him to write you a theme song? I don't know. So make sure to put your discussions in the comments.
Yeah.
And now, for all of your pleasure, we are about to play the entire Cultlords theme song for you. Thanks a lot, Ken.
Thanks, guys.
And here you go.